Ot Oo'Mofet is geared to mainly work with orphans and widows and single parents in the body. It is called Ot Oo'Mofet because in a similar way to what I just shared about Israel, once they turn their hearts to God, each story is a testimony of signs and wonders. It is amazing how wide God's heart is towards these needy, broken people. It's like He's just waiting for them to open up and let Him be who He is. And once they do, He works miracles for them, one after the other. So that's why we call it a sign and a wonder. God calls Israel a widow. Israel is a widow in a few places in the Bible, not because her husband died, God forbid, but because it is neglected and ruined and desolated and in a great need. We have widows in the body that can be basically married, but their very basic needs are not being met. And they need to know God as their father and lover. And actually, in each one of us, there's a little widow and orphan needing God's provision and fatherhood in our lives. God had put on my heart to make His name known as the father to the fatherless, as the defender of widow, and it goes perfectly with His other name as the God of Israel. Because He is pulling the nation back to that love relationship with Him. What we do with the widows is similar to what God is doing with my nation. We're helping them realize that the very broken place in their heart is what He's after. He is not after what they can do. He wants their brokenness. And once they let Him touch that, He turns it into materials, actual materials that are in His hands like building stones, and He builds a tabernacle in their heart. What we do in our ministry, we have built a half-scaled model of the tabernacle furniture, and every time we work with a group, we actually put them around across the room, and we teach the mothers, the women, whoever we work with, to move from the gate. The entrance gate represents salvation. To move from there through the altar, which represents forgiveness and atonement, into the laver, which represents the word and the washing of our understanding, further into the holy place, which is more intimate, but their destination is the final piece of furniture. It's the ark. It's where God's glory dwelt. But it dwelt there only after Moses had put each piece in place. And we teach them how to put each piece in place. And I've seen it in my life, and we've seen it with the people we work with. Whenever they do that, no matter what they walked in with, it can be an external issue, problems with their kid's teacher, problems with authorities, lack of money. Eventually, if they make it all the way to the ark, God's glory take over that problem, and right there we have another testimony of a sign and a wonder.